Hi, my lovely Librans. Would you like to come on a journey into divine love with me today? Come on in. Let's have a look at what the universe would like you single Librans to know. Six of Pentacles. I love this card when it comes to love and to relationships because it means it's an equal one. It's a balanced partnership where there's give and take and not necessarily compromise, because I don't think in a divine union there's a lot of compromise required. You're too well matched for that, but it is one of both people are putting in, like you're both givers, which is fabulous. And not necessarily in the same way. Like you've got your own unique gifts and talents and strengths. So it's in a complementary way. I love that. And I'm seeing an image of you guys cooking together. So say, for example, in the kitchen, like one of you might be really good at savoury main meals and you love whipping up the main, and the other person is like a really good pastry chef and great at desserts, and so you come together and you cook and you enjoy and you feast, both bringing in your own skills, but it's so balanced and you really appreciate that about each other, because in the past perhaps you've had relationships where you've been giving a lot more and not receiving as much back. So it's nice to know that in the future there is a relationship there for you that's balanced. How nice. Yes. Wow. The Four of Rods, the Four of Wands in other decks. It's the card of the happy home and of marriage, but we won't drop the gun yet because we haven't even met them yet, right? But the happy home card I love. It's one of my favorite when it comes to romance and love readings, because it means that you've got this image in your mind, this dream of what you want the reality of your happy home with your partner to be like. And this message is saying don't give up on that. Like don't ever stop having that fantasy. It's not even a fantasy, it's just that's what you want and that's what you crave and that's what you desire, and don't settle for anything less is what I'm hearing, which is the Empress. Oh my God. She, and that's the energy of the divine feminine. So it can apply to men as well, because it's an energy that we all have within us, the divine feminine, the one that creates and births and is full of abundance. And that's where the feasting I got, the kitchen analogy is so amazing for that. It's like you've planted all your seeds of what you want in a relationship, and you've done all the hard work on yourself, on elevating yourself to a point where you know who you are and you love yourself and you're ready to give that beautiful heart, or to share it. You're not giving it, you're sharing it with somebody, because you'll always maintain that dignity of being strong within yourself and knowing who you are. But how beautiful to be in that position and then to offer to share it with somebody else in such an abundant way. It's fabulous. Look at what you've created. The King of Swords. This is what you're attracting. Now, the King of Swords is an energy of somebody that's really intelligent. Like they're super smart. And I think that you're going to love that about them, Libra. Because I'm kind of getting all giggly because this is what I'm like. Like I love nerds. And I think that's what this person that comes into your life, man or woman, they're going to be like really nerdy and really smart, and you're absolutely going to adore that about them. And they bring that out in you as well. And they love that about you, and you can be like smart and nerdy together because, oh, that's your card, the Justice card, Librans. It's your card in the deck. So you've come out in full strength going, you know what? And it comes back to the balance at the start as well. It's like, yeah, I want a relationship that's fair and just and balanced, and we give as much as we take. And that King of Swords there, he's playing chess. So it's quite strategic in that. And I don't normally use that word when it comes to, matters of the heart, because it kind of sounds a bit calculated. But in this instance, Librans, it's saying it's okay to maybe not rush in and just give your heart. Like I was saying, okay, this is what the message is. In the past, I think you've just given your heart freely and easily, which is such a beautiful, like innocent. Oh, it's like getting choked up. It's such an innocent trait to have, to give your heart that freely. But I think it will serve you better to take a bit more of a back seat when it comes to that, and to actually be a bit more strategic about giving only as much as you get back, you know, that give and take, so that you're learning to temper yourself, and it's going to serve you really well. That's your lesson at the moment, to draw in that beautiful soulmate, is that when you meet that person, allow yourself to sit back and see what they offer, see what they come with first. Because they're going to come in with an abundance. Oh my God. Whew. Okay, let's take a big deep breath here. The Ace of Cups. It's the card of love. It's new love. It's such a magically beautiful card to come up in a love reading. And she is looking a bit pensive there with it. Normally that it's a bit more like in your face, but here it's a bit more pensive. And that's what we were talking about earlier, about not rushing into anything. You know, your soulmate will, I'm hearing, wait for you, will be patient. They don't expect you to declare your love for them within 36 seconds. And sometimes, okay, because that Strength card is actually mostly about learning to control our nature, our wild nature, so that it doesn't overcome us, so it doesn't rule us. And having that, you know, that wildness and that passion in you is so wonderful. But in the past, I really do feel that you've given it away too freely. And so now, Librans, it's time for you to take a bit of a pause and that breath, and just see what comes to you. You don't have to be the one chasing it, is what I'm hearing. And this applies to men or women. It's like, don't be too chasey. Oh my God. Wouldn't you know it? The Strategy card comes out. Yeah, that's just what we were talking about. Like, have a bit more of a plan of attack. And it's not that you're playing a game. That's not what I mean at all. I don't mean be a game player. I don't mean, oh, you know, wait 3 days before you text back or anything childish like that. I just mean understand yourself more when it comes to romantic relationships. Yeah, take some time to really understand what you've been like in the past, and perhaps learn the lesson of where you might have overgiven. Yeah? I love it when they get so clearly clarified like that. Oh yeah, because when you take the time to understand yourself and how you respond and behave in romantic relationships, and really get to know that about yourself, and think, okay, maybe next time I won't be so forthgiving, what you get is triumphant success. And see, that sword has come into play when it comes to justice, and the King of Swords as well. Success in love. What does that mean for you? Because that's going to mean something totally different to a lot of different people. And so that's the message of this reading, is to ask yourself, what would a triumphant success in love look like for me?